So on that clean sound, that's when I'll engage, if you step back here, through the GCX system, for one of my main lead sounds for the resolution CD, the tube driver. It's an old TubeWorks pedal they don't make anymore. Figured in largely running that into the clean amp. And so that's what I'm going to switch on now for the next part of that song. If I hit switch number 5, it switches the tube driver. This is on the clean channel. So, like we talked about earlier, finding an amp that likes pedals is not an easy thing to do. That particular old tube driver pedal doesn't sound very good through very many amps. This stiletto has got that really immediate, clean tone that really reacts nicely with that pedal, and that is the sound of the resolution CD. So that was the clean channel on the tight clean mode. I'm going to switch over now to more of the lead channel. And for songs like Gone, the intro to that, or Ghost of You, it's that gained up JMP type sound that I used. And so this amp totally recreates that vibe. So let me play a little bit of the intro to Gone to demonstrate that sound. I should point out that on its own, it's kind of a gained out. Nice amount of gain, real pleasing tone, but when you back the gain down on the guitar, it cleans up wonderfully to this beautiful tone like this. Okay, so I switched there from the tight gain channel to the clean channel with the tube driver in it. We'll play more of that later, but that's the basic signal chain with the stiletto. And I'm getting those resolution tones through and through, and I couldn't be happier. Okay, so we're going to talk about another few fine-tuning issues with the stiletto, the way that I've gravitated towards using it. In general, I've always got it in the bold mode. You can take it down to spongy to get a bit spongier tone, of course. But overall, I'm going for that immediate, very dynamic response. Lots of headroom, lots of punch. And for these reasons, I've chosen these settings. So bold setting there. Again, 100 watts on each end, on each channel, I should say, on the clean and dirty stuff. For that reason, again. On the back, you have the option of running the the tube rectification or the silicon diodes, and I go for the diodes. Again, just a more immediate attack and more headroom. So overall, I'm getting every little nuance out of the guitar. Nothing's being bogged down or sagged or anything. That can be a desired effect sometimes for some compression, etc. But for me, I just really want every little light touch coming out to really be exposed and be dynamic. And that's what what both amps do for me. So I hope you can use these settings as a springboard for your experimentation. But again, you have to use your ears, and your guitar will sound different, of course, than any other guitar. And your fingers will sound different, of course. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of comparison between the clean sounds of the Lone Star and the Stiletto and the lead sounds of the Lone Star and the Stiletto. Starting back with the clean sound on the Lone Star, this is with the Carl Martin compressor in front and a bit of echo in the effects loop here. So. Okay, now going over to the clean channel, tight gain setting of the Stiletto. Okay, so two very different tones, one with the Stiletto being a lot more immediate, a lot more attack and expression there, and the Lone Star having a bit more of that spongy, classic Fender kind of sound. But it's on that clean sound, on the tight gain, on the tight clean sound of the Stiletto that I'll add the tube driver in. So once you go from huge fat tone that it really needs that immediacy of that clean channel to really get to speak and to hear all the clarity of each note. A nice sounding clean channel. Okay, so now going to the lead channel of the Lone Star. Again, with nothing else in front of it, just a little echo. Just a nice fat singing tone. And if I go to the lead sound of the Stiletto now, on that tight gain, two very distinctly different tones, largely because of the power section, the EL34s versus the 6L6s, but two classic, wonderful tones that gives me the sonic variety I need to go from where I go, you know, whether with my own trio, going from the ear ecstasy material to the resolution material, or even from Simon Phillips to Olivia Newton-John. I'm covering all the tones I need in those two amps, and a clever little A-B switching, and I'm off and running. So I hope this helps in some way and turns you on to some tone that you might dig for your own playing, because it certainly made a big difference in my sonic endeavors. I think you'll dig it. So until next time.